reminder, due to delay in the system, key up for a second or two before transmitting, and keep the PTT button on for a second or two after your transmission has finished. Break. Okay, before we get started, do we have any announcements? Any announcements for the net? Go ahead. Nothing heard, so here we go. We'll start up with our short time and mobile stations. So stations that can't hang around for the whole net, and any mobile stations that might be in the area, but not later on there. So mobile, short time stations, come on in.
Victor Alpha 1, Bravo India Lima Mobile.
Out. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray. VE1FOX.
Victor Echo 1, Zulu Bravo.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra, VE1JS.
VE1 Whiskey Indian November, VE1 WIN.
Okay, I got 6 stations this time. I'll tell you who I have here. I have VA1BIL Mobile, VY2GF, VE1FOX, VE1 Zulu Bravo, VE1JS, and VE1WIN. Who did I miss on short time or mobile? I guess I got you all. Mobile, right at the top here. Bill, VA1BIL, come on in.
VE1 JBL, VA1BIL Mobile. Good evening, Jim, everybody on the net. Great to be with you. I don't have any traffic, except I'd like to, if anybody knows what's wrong with the VE1 CDN repeater in Lower Sackville. It's very poor operation. If anybody knows anything about that, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, very good, Bill. I haven't heard anything about that one yet, but anyways, we'll take standby there if anybody has any information on the CDN repeater. Nope, nothing heard, Bill, but maybe I'll give Neil a call. I'll put his name next to you here, and maybe I'll give him a call there later on and see if I can get in touch with him there. Anyways, thanks, Bill. Where are you mobile? Are you up in this area, or are you down home?
I'm just in Fenwick now, Jim, so I'm just driving into Amherst.
Very good, Bill. Okay, thank you very much for the check-in there, and safe travels in the town there. 7-3. Talk to you later on. George, VY2GF, come on in.
Well, good evening, Jim, everybody in the net, and thank you for doing the net. Well, I guess you had a good weekend, Jim, as I did at the lighthouse in Point Prim. Gosh, all the tourists and meeting people from literally all over the world. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good week, and we look forward to subsequent nets. Victor Yankee 2, Golf Foxtrot.
Yeah, okay, very good, George. And a little hot, especially that second day, because the first day we were in the shade there all day, but we had terrible conditions because we were so close to the building. But when we got out there the next day there, it was we had tents, so that the tent kept the sun ray out of us there, but it was still a very warm day. But then, George, the wind came up there later in the afternoon. Well, if it hadn't been for us inside, the tent would have blown away 3 or 4 times there. So it was very windy in the afternoon there. We finally packed it in there. It was taking an awful beating there, but we had a good weekend, that's for sure. And again, lots of tours. My goodness, George, we met people from all over the world there, and they were interested in what we were doing and stuff like that. So all was good. Thanks, George, for coming in. Have yourself a week ahead there, 7-3. Curtis, very good evening. VE1FOX, VE1JBL.
Hey, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima.
with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains. Well, good evening to you, Jim. Good evening to all other operators on there this evening there. By golly, another cool day today. By God, the temperature dropped big time. We ran 19 pretty well all day there today. And, well, she's still holding at 19, so she hasn't changed much. Them lower clouds there kind of shaded us there and then kept us cool there the whole day. And, boy, I'll tell you, the mornings are even great there. I think it was around about 10 this morning there when we woke up, around 6 or so. It's coming in, it's coming down, and that's the way I like it. I can't stand that heat. It gets right to me. But anyways, that's about it from here, Jim. Not much going on there. Thanks for filling in here. Thanks for doing that. It's always great getting on when we can there, for sure. We always jump in, jump out, because they have bingo here nights there, Wednesday and Thursday nights, so we don't like to interrupt them that much. They might miss a number high. Anyway, Jim, we'll give it back to you. Again, thanks for bringing me into the net. VE1 JBL with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains. 7-3, Jim. Back to you. Have a great evening.
Yeah, okay, very good, Curtis. Good and everything there, and you're sounding good there also, so no problem at all. Thanks very much for taking part in that there tonight there. So all is good. 7-3, my friend. We'll chat again. Mike, very good evening. VE1 Zulu Bravo, VE1 JBL.
VE1 JBL, VE1 Zulu Bravo. Good evening, Jim. Good evening to everybody. I got a strawberry shortcake waiting for me. That's why I'm on short time here. And speaking of repeaters, not non-operational, I was trying my new radio there, my new mobile, on the Simplex repeater Leicester, and it seems to be offline. So just want to pass that along to you there. Other than that, it's a nice evening here in Oxford there, and saw a bunch of the hawks up flying above the house there just a few minutes ago catching bugs. I don't know what the proper name, but one of their names is a goat sucker or something like that. Something to that effect. So it's kind of neat to see them. You don't see them maybe once a year. 7-3, V1 Zulu Bravo.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike, and good on the birds there. Yeah, I'm interested in what that is there for sure there. So, yeah, good on all that, and I'll contact Mike and let him know about the Simplex repeater. I'll try it later on there myself, there, and I'll let MWJ know about that. Very good, Mike. Thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. And John, very good evening. VE1JS, VE1JBL.
Everyone, JBL on the net, V1JS. Good evening, Jim. Good evening, all. Thanks for calling me in. Not too bad a day here, but kind of cool. Down to about 15 already. 1-5, going to be a cool night. Talking about repeaters not working, I noticed that VE1 Yankee Alpha Romeo in Yarmouth, the UHF repeater, is not connected here. I had to fire up wires X to get in. But anyway, that's the way it is, and I envy you fellas getting out to the islands and heading to their lighthouses and so on, having some fun. I was going to go to Prior Island on Saturday, but that didn't happen because we can't go in the woods. Going to the Western Light, you have to drive through the woods and park in long grass. So I'm not prepared to do that. Not worth it. Maybe next year. Thanks for doing that, Jim. We'll have a good week. We'll look for you next week. V1 JBL, V1 JS, 7-3.
Yeah, okay, very good, John. Good and everything. Yeah, it was the same where we were at there. They wouldn't let us actually go through the woods to the lighthouse, so we actually had to stay close to the main building out there. But we still got to meet everybody who was coming in there. But of course, they had the same problem too. They could go down to the beach, but they couldn't walk into the lighthouse because it's quite a little trick through the woods there to get to the lighthouse there. So and they just wouldn't let anybody go in, including us there. So. But you got to do what you can do, and hopefully things will be better next year, and we'll be back inside the lighthouse there for sure. Anyways, thanks, John, for coming in, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Peter, I either got to turn down your mic gain or step back from the microphone a little bit there. You almost blew the doors off of the radio here. VE1WIN, VE1JBL, and I assume you're at the cottage.
And good evening, all. Yeah, no, we're still here. Heading home on Friday for the weekend. My nephew's coming up to use the cottage for the weekend, and we'll be back on Monday. And, yeah, Rob is live streaming there, Jim, on YouTube. It is up. I just checked it there. It came up, and it's going, so. There is live streaming on YouTube tonight through with Rob's YouTube channel, so there you go. I think we're going to get some rain here tonight, Jim. It looks like it's getting ready to rain here any minute, so. With that, back to Net Control. Have a great week, and we'll talk to everybody next week.
Yeah, okay, very good, Peter. Well, good on. I'm glad you mentioned that, and that Rob is live stream. Maybe he set it up there before he had to go out there. He had an emergency call there, so he had to head out there. So, and so if anybody's listening there, maybe if we get some new people on there listening, if you want to listen to the net, or you want to see the net live stream, you can go on YouTube at Rob, VE1 Romeo Mike Juliet. That's VE1 RMJ. So it's Rob, ROB. VE1 RMJ, and you can participate in the chat room there. So, anyways, very good, Peter. Thanks very much for coming in, and have yourself a great week now. 7-3. Okay, with that, we've done the short time and mobile station, so let's go into Prince Edward Island. But first, we'll see if there's anybody on PEI, any visitors that are listening to Fusion on that are on PEI. They'd like to take part in Maritime Fusion Net. By all means, come on in. Call sign is VE1JBL. The name is Jim. Go ahead. One more time for stations from Prince Edward Island. Anybody on Prince Edward Island like to check in Maritime Fusion Net? Go ahead. Nothing heard. Let's go into Nova Scotia. Stations from Nova Scotia. Stations from Nova Scotia that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Whiskey, V1 JW.
Okay, could be a short net tonight there. Of course, it's a nice night. I got Eric in there, VE1JW. Any other stations from Nova Scotia? Stations from Nova Scotia for the nets. Go ahead. Eric, you're all by yourself there. Give us a transmission.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. Yeah, boy, everybody in Nova Scotia must be asleep. Doing something. Boy, I'm quite shocked. Maybe I'll get a few on the second round when they wake up or whatever. Just doing the same here, just having a cup of coffee and playing on the other computer beside us here and listening, waiting for my turn. Yeah, quiet week. I guess I didn't do too much Monday. I had to go in Tuesday to the hospital for a little procedure, nothing serious, just a replacement of some of my hardware. And today we got out and got a haircut, which was well needed, and did a little bit of shopping while our wife did the shopping. I sat in the car and a couple of hams coming along from the local area. We had a little chat, so that was kind of nice. Come stop by the car and chatted. So I often do that. She goes shopping, I sit in the or I sit out in the car, and I often see somebody to chat to, so it makes it good to get out and get out of the house for a change. And tomorrow, I don't know. Tomorrow's quite company coming in the afternoon, so that'll be good. Hopefully we can sit outside on the deck and have a cold drink and have a chit-chat. Other than that, the rest of the week, I think, is pretty quiet at the moment. But as we say, at the moment, because we're just one phone call away from something else going on. Always seems to be something. Anyway, enjoying the net. I hope everybody's well up there. And like everybody else, we're just trying to pray for rain. If my legs work better, I'd try and go up to a rain dance. But or maybe we can hire somebody to do one. But we certainly need it. V1 JW.
Yeah, okay, very good, Eric. Good on everything there and the procedures and getting out there for sure. Yeah, we were actually into Colleen and Steve's today. I bought a brand new iPad for Wendy, and we couldn't figure it out. I got some things working on it, but other things I couldn't get working on it at all. And I know that Steve and Colleen both have iPads, so he said, well, bring it in and we'll fix it up for you. So we were in there this afternoon there, and Wendy had a good chat with Colleen, and I was downstairs with Steve there getting the iPad organized and up to date there, and so we had a good time in there. And then Colleen gave us carrots and beans, green beans, to bring back out to the cabin. We had supper tonight with the fresh veggies, so that was nice to have too. So we had a good afternoon with the oars in Warren there today. So, anyways, very good, Eric. Thank you very much for coming in there tonight, and we'll talk again there for sure. 7-3 for now. Okay, before I go to New Brunswick, let's take one more round here of Nova Scotia. So, anybody from Nova Scotia that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net, go ahead. The New Brunswick stations from New Brunswick that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net stations, or visitors that are in New Brunswick that can listen in on Fusion that would like to check in. The call sign is VE1JBL. The name is Jim. Stations from New Brunswick only for the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead.
VE9 Victor Echo Alpha.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima.
Victor Echo 9, Golf Charlie.
Victor Echo 9, Lima Echo November.
Victor Echo 9, Delta Echo November.
Victor Echo 1, Papa November.
Golf Lima.
Okay, that was a fine, orderly group there. I'll tell you who I have, and then we'll see who I missed. I have VE9 VEA, VE9 PAL, VE9 Golf Charlie, VE9 LEN, VE9 DEN, VE1 PIN, and VE9 CGL. Who did I miss from New Brunswick? Go ahead. I guess I got them all. So we'll start with Vern, and actually after we get the Paul and to Gordon, I'm kind of curious of how the fire is. If the fire is out up there in your guys' area or not there, but you can let me know how you made out there. But first we'll bring in Vern. VE9 VEA, VE1 JBL. Come on in.
JBL, Wednesday night Fusion Net Control. Well, Jim, we've been trying to ride along with you. We were a little late to turn the radio on. First thing I looked at the clock, and it was later than I thought it was. So we turned the radio on, flipped up everything on the settings, and had to power it on and off twice afterwards to get everything straightened out, and even run it back up. So we got her straightened out now. She's working okay. Outside of that, well, it was nice. But I got to trick the key and check it on that the first crack. I ran a dead key up in between transmissions. I pushed the PCT once before I want to check in and see if it's going to work. I'll know after a couple more times. And we're getting onto it slowly. I mean slowly. So, Jim, okay, I'll go from there. Thanks for doing that. Call me one more time. Putting up with my foolishness one more time. Oh, yeah, Jim, I just want to say hi to big bad boy Paul and Bird and DEN are coming in behind me. Thanks for doing that. Call me one more time. Putting up with my foolishness one more time. Hopefully we'll be around again next week to aggravate the airways again. 7-3. Bye-bye.
VE9 VEA, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, Vern. good on everything there, and I'm sure everybody heard you there for say hello there. So you have a great week up there, and and we'll talk to you again there for sure. 7-3 for now. And very good evening, Paul, VE9PAL, VE1JBL. Come on in.
Yeah, V1JBL, this is PAL. How you doing there, Jim? And a big hi to Vern, too, there, and Gordon, and Bert. On the fire here, they have that contained now. For the, what do you call that, their subdivision down towards the high school. They took the no passway out, so now they opened that up, and they got it quite contained now, so, and evacuating thingamabobbers all over, too, so that's good. So hopefully things will work out for you guys on your end, too. You guys need we still need a lot of rain here, too, but you guys are in a worse mess we are right now. So anyway, you guys, I hope you guys all get the rain you want. Anyway, you guys all have a great week. V9PAL.
Yeah, okay, very good, Paul. Yeah, I'm glad things are under control up there, for sure there, and yes. Boy, that big one down the valley there, it's just grown leaps and bounds there. Now they're worried about the winds from the hurricane as it passes by, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. I was hoping we'd get some of the rain from it, but it just seems we're going to get wind. So we'll see how we make out with that. Anyways, thanks, Pat. Thanks, Paul, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Gordon, VE9GC, VE1JBL, and I guess you're in the same condition up there. Things are pretty well back to normal, maybe?
Yeah, good evening there, Jim. VE1JBL, VE9GC. Yeah, pretty much like Paul. He's not that far from me. We're kind of, we're what we call country neighbors. We can't quite reach out and touch each other, but we're not that far apart. So, yeah, as you said, everything's a little bit better under control, and things are good. The only thing I've got to deal with right now is road construction. I'm taking care of the missus, and that's come along. She's getting along much better. So I think she's getting spoiled. She likes getting her 3 meals a day delivered, and having the laundry done, and the grocery shopping done, and all the other stuff around the house. She just gets to do her exercises and catch up on her French and things like that. And gets bored and naps, so that's all good. All right, well, thanks for doing that. Thanks for calling me in, and there's a good crowd there before, and I'm sure we'll get a few more there coming up behind. I can't remember everybody that's checked in, so I'll just say a general 7-3 to all. The E1JBL, the E9GC.
Yeah, okay, very good, Gordon. Yeah, good and everything. I'm glad the wife's coming along there, so everything sounds like it's going in the right direction there, so all is good. Thanks, Gordon, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Now let's go see Lynn, VE9LEN, VE1JBL.
Yeah, VE1JBL, VE9LEN returning. Good evening to you there, Jim, and to everybody else, Paul, Gordon, and the whole slew of people that checked in all over. Yeah, well, not much to report. We are enjoying our weather. It's a little cooler than it was last week. And at least we can do a little bit of stuff, working in my shed there, doing a little project. I keep myself busy there for an hour or so, and then I take the rest of the day off. I am my own boss, so I don't have to argue with the boss, so. Hi. That's it from here. So 73s, and back to you, Jim. Thanks for doing the net. Victor 9, Lima Echo November. We're clear from Shediac, New Brunswick.
Yeah, okay, very good, Lynn. Yeah, it's good to be your own boss there for sure, but the only thing I can say is it's good that you don't have an argument with yourself. Then you could have problems there for sure. So anyways, all is good. Thanks, Lynn, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. I'm trying to eat a chocolate bar here, so I'm getting between people here. I'm trying to eat a piece of chocolate bar here, and I'm getting in my throat here. Dennis, VE9DEN, VE1JBL, way up in northern New Brunswick there. Come on in.
Okay, well, good evening there, Jim. Good evening to everyone aboard. Yes, sir. I like the way Len's doing the stuff. I'm doing pretty well the same there. I'm my own boss myself, eh? I do some stuff, and then when I want to stop, I stop, and when I want to start, I start. And sometimes I say to myself, well, why should I do that today? I can't wait till tomorrow. Yes, sir. But beautiful day out here. A beautiful sunset we're having now, and hopefully we're going to get some rain there Sunday and Monday. There, we need the rain, and hopefully you guys get the rain too. And it's funny how it works, eh? If you lit up a match and you have wind, the match goes out. But a fire, a wood fire, more wind, more flame. Yeah, there you go. So 73 to all, and thanks for doing the this evening. DE1BGL, DE9DEN, DE Ray up north in Dalhousie, over.
DE9DEN, DE1JBL. Okay, very good, Denny. No problem at all there. Good on everything there. And another one, their own boss there. So that's good. Have yourself a great week. And 7-3 for now. Now let's go see Bert with another part way up in northern New Brunswick. DE1PIN, DE1JBL.
Well, good evening, everyone. Not much to report. I thought you had Charles Lima in there, but I'm not sure. We're playing bingo at the moment. Yeah, we call it bingo. It's Bill's night. Bill's night, putting in little containers, so we don't need to open nine bottle morning and night. So that's about that. Not much to report. We had a fresh day, 20 degrees up in Edmundston. It was +3 during the night for the past few days, but it should be +8 tonight. Besides that, not much. 7-3 to all around. Stay safe and be good.
Yeah, okay, very good, Bert. Good on everything there, and say hi to Natalie there for us. And yeah, and the other morning there, I heard the temperature was -0.1, -0.1 up in Edmundston there. So frost on the pumpkin already. So, anyways, but at least you guys recover in the daytime there for sure. But anyways, that's just an indication. Fall is on the way, that's for sure. Anyways, thanks, Bert, for coming in. Have yourself a great week. 7-3 for now. VE9CGL, VE1JBL. Very good evening. Come on in.
Good evening, Jim, and everybody else on the Maritime Fusion Net. Got nothing too much to report. It's 21 degrees here in St. Andre, Grand Falls. I'm enjoying the nice temperature that we have. We need some rain, but it's not us that decided, so we'll take what's going on with the temperature. I want to wish everybody else a nice evening. And 7-3 Jim, thanks for making the net, and we'll talk to you back later from VE9 Charlie Golf Lima.
Yeah, okay, very good, Jermaine. Good to hear you on there. It's been a while since I've spoken to you there, but good to have you on board there tonight there. So, anyways, take care and have yourself a great week. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, we've done one round of the Maritime, so let's go outside the Maritime, see if anybody's around and would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. So stations from outside the Maritimes. Now, I'd like to check in the net. Call sign here is BE1JBL, Juliet Bravo Lima. Name here is Jim. So stations from outside the area for now. Go ahead.
B9, VEA, Richard, Jim.
Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa, VA6 FP.
Victor Echo 3, Alpha Charlie, VE3 AC.
Okay, I got two stations. I got Vern on a recheck there, but I got two other stations. I got VA6FP and VE3AC. Any other stations from outside the area, from outside the Maritimes? Go ahead.
Victor Echo 2 Delta Echo. This is Victor Echo 2 Delta Echo.
Okay, and I got Victor Echo 2 Delta Charlie, DC, DE, V2DE. Sorry about that. Okay, Vern with the recheck. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Jim, thanks. I just want to come in and apologize to Gord, Golf Charlie, for leaving him out on my list of hellos there earlier. So, hello, Gord. 736, Jim, bye-bye.
Yeah, okay, no problem, Vern. And have yourself a great evening, 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go top of the list. Francis, VA6FB, VE1JBL. How's things?
VE1 JBL for the Maritime Fusion Net from VA6FB. Well, good evening to Jim and good evening to everyone on the net this evening. We're doing all right, no complaints. Been busy all week working on prep work, getting antenna ready for whenever we get a din pole. Waiting for one of the local hams here to bring his over. He's got one handy, so I don't have to worry about making one. Either it'll be this weekend or next weekend anyway when we get it. Been busy building my hex beam. I got all the support cores in place. Tomorrow I'm going to start laying out the individual bands on it. So looking forward to get that done. Checked my infed for 40 and 80. And get my brackets done up for my UHF antennas to get onto the tower. So we've been pretty busy with that. Weather-wise today, not a whole hot day. It was sunny this morning, but it clouded over. We're under severe thunderstorm watch at the present time. 21 degrees Celsius out there with a humid index of 26. And at least I hope we get the rain. I'm not so keen on seeing any lightning. When that comes around, there's a good chance it'll probably start another wildfire somewhere. So let's hope it's not as bad as they're predicting. Other than that, no other traffic this evening. Thanks very much for doing the net and checking us in, Jim. Hope everyone has a great week ahead, and we'll say 7-3 all around. VE1JBL for the Maritime Fusion Net from VA6FB in Wainwright, Alberta. 7-3 all.
Yeah, okay, very good. Very good, Francis. Good and everything there. Yeah, we're praying for rain down here, that's for sure. Especially that big fire down in the valley there. They can't seem to get in control of it at all. So we're hopefully for the best there, and hopefully the winds don't make it a mess because they're worried about these winds of that passing storm going by there. So we'll see how they make out with that one there. Yeah, good in the hex beam. We have a local amateur here, VE1BSD, who has a hex beam. I went to his house there last month there and had a look at it there, and he has it up, and he really likes it, Francis. He says it's just absolutely great. And he had a vertical. He had an HF vertical before that. And of course, he has a small lot there, so he doesn't have too much right in town. So he put this hex beam up, and he's had a wonderful time with that. So I'm sure you will too once you get it up and running there. So very good. Thanks, Francis, for coming in. Have yourself a great week. 7-3 for now. Frank, haven't heard from you for a while there. VE3AC, VE1JBL. Come on in.
Well, good evening, V1 JPL, Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, and you're absolutely right. It's been a while, and I'm glad I was able to check in this evening with you from Sudbury. And yeah, I've been very busy between work and moving my mother-in-law into town, into a retirement home, and just working around the yard. We have to take down a bunch of cedar trees that have grown, for the past 27 years. And I guess they've caused some issues with the neighbors, so we have to cut down the trees. We cut down everything in between the two properties, between the two houses. And I'll tell you, it is a lot of work getting rid of all those leaves and the shrubs and limbs and what have you. It's I tell you. So between work and taking care of the mother-in-law, taking care of my mother as well. She's here in town, and driving her around every once in a while. So yeah, it's been pretty busy summer. But I'm glad I was able to check in this evening with you. I was off work early, so I thought I'd give you a bean for the pot. So anyways, hopefully everything's going well out there. I'm not sure if you were talking about the fires. Hopefully, everything's good down there. I don't know. I haven't heard anything lately, but I know last week on my TikTok feeds I was getting a lot of fire bombers, water bombers, going to the lakes and picking up water and then attacking the fires. So hopefully they're still doing a great job. So anyways, with that, I'll send it back to net control. V1 JPL, Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie.
Yeah, okay, very good, Frank. Good and everything there, and all the moving and everything. Yeah, that can be a busy time there for sure. Yeah, we've had quite a few fires down here. Of course, I think they still got a big one over there in Newfoundland that they're fighting full force there up on the Bonaventure Peninsula there. There's a big one there. I think there's a couple more that are going there too, but I think that's the big one that they're having problems with. And of course, we got a big one going in the Annapolis Valley. Can't seem to get control on that one at all. I think there's all kinds of bombers and planes, and there's even planes from the Northwest Territories that have come down, taking part in that one there. So that's a full assault on that big one there. And of course, there was different ones up in New Brunswick. There was one just outside of Moncton. I guess that's pretty well contained now and under control. But there was a big one up there in northern New Brunswick. Trying to think where that was. That was up in north of the Miramichi, up on the Miramichi there, north of that. That was a big one, and I haven't heard too much about that one lately. Maybe they've got that one contained too. But yeah, it's been a bad summer. For fires, and it's only going to get worse, Frank. It's not going to get any better. That's for sure. We know every summer now is going to be hot and dry, so we've got to prepare ourselves for it. That's for sure. Anyways, thanks, Frank, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening, and I'm glad you got a chance to check in there with us tonight. 7-3 for now. And Don, very good evening. How's things in Quebec City there? VE2DE, VE1JBL.
Okay, well, good evening. I think it's Jim. A couple of weeks ago, I tried to check in, and it seems there was a problem with the repeater, maybe the sound card. So I'm glad that my audio is getting through. If stations were on a repeater, let's say they couldn't hear us, but directly on the room they could. It's quite strange. Well, I'm glad to be able to get through and practice my mother tongue after 35 years almost of not using it, only listening to it. You speak quickly, but I can understand. I haven't heard many people speak quickly, especially in town here. And the WX is really clear skies, light winds, 20.1 degrees, 20.1, from a high of 22.6 and a low of 14.5 last evening. So the air conditioning is relaxing. doesn't need it to be working. Just open the windows to change the air. So what's your good hosting of the net? 73 is to all listening, and everything is about status quo here, nothing new. The 1 GBL for the net. This is Victor Echo 2, Delta Echo, Dawn, and Quebec City. On V2 RFU repeater.
Yeah, okay, very good, John. It was always great to chat with you there up in Quebec there, and good that you get a chance to check in, and always good to have you on board there for sure. So thanks again, and enjoy your weather up there and your air conditioning and stuff like that for sure there. So 7-3, and hopefully we'll chat again next week there. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, we've completed the one round of the Maritimes and one round of outside the Maritimes. So let's start round two. We'll do round two. We'll begin, of course, with Prince Edward Island. So any stations from PEI that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, call sign here's VE1JBL. Name is Jim. Stations from Prince Edward Island at this time. Stations from PEI. Go ahead. One more check for stations from Prince Edward Island. Of course, everybody in PEI is out enjoying the weather there for sure. So it's hard to get anybody from PEI this time of year here. But we'll try it one more time. Stations from Prince Edward Island that might check into the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead. Nothing heard. Let's move over to Nova Scotia. Stations from Nova Scotia. Round 2. Stations from Nova Scotia for the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead.
Echo 1, Zulu Bravo, recheck.
Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta.
Okay, it's going to be a quick day tonight here. I have VE1 EPD. Mike, I have you as a recheck. Anybody else, any other stations from Nova Scotia for the Maritime Fusion Net? Round 2. Go ahead.
Victor Echo 1, Zulu X-ray, VE1 ZX.
Okay, I got Brad in there. Mike with the recheck, VE1 Zulu Bravo. Come on in.
VE1, JBL, V1 Zulu Bravo. Just want to follow up about my comment about the hawks I saw. The proper name for them is a common nighthawk. And they went away just as quickly as they appeared. And I don't know, there's probably 15 or 20 of them flying in a group there, and they must just follow the bugs. Anyways, thank you for letting me come back in. VE1 Zulu Bravo.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike. That was the name I was trying to remember when you said it. Now, we used to have birds that did that. They used to dive bomb at nighttime. You'd hear them all the time. They'd go up high. They have a high squeaking sound, and then they would dive bomb to pick up mosquitoes. And they would come as close to the ground as possible, and you'd hear their wings as they would almost hit the ground, but they'd swoop themselves back up again. And then they would squawk and squawk and squawk, and then they'd stop squawking, and every time they did, they would dive again for mosquitoes. And we used to have them in between the curling club and the old armories in Amherst there. But once they cut down the big elm trees, died behind the armories, we never heard them again. So they must have been nested in those trees because they were there every year. But I used to hear them, and late at night I'd be in bed and I could actually hear them doing their thing. It was really, really awesome to even go out and watch them do it. It was awesome. Would that be the ones I'm thinking of? Over.
Well, when I couldn't remember the proper name of them. But anyways, this I look up common nighthawk for Nova Scotia, and I think it did mention something about the sound they make, but I know the barn swallows are kind of like that, and I haven't seen swallows for a long time. I was out to the shore a couple of years ago, visited an old neighbor of mine from here in Oxford and stuff, and there was swallows there, and they were coming in next to the buildings and grabbing spiders right out of the spider webs. It was kind of neat there. And the other thing that I was telling Bernadette about, we're talking about them, but I remember early in my forestry days back, always be in the summer of '76. It was in the McDougall Lake area in Charlotte County, New Brunswick and stuff, and the whippoorwills at nighttime was pretty neat to hear them. Me staying in a cabin all by myself, and all of a sudden they'd stop. Everything went dead quiet. So, anyways, I'm still here. Anyway, 7-3, V1 Zulu Bravo.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Mike. Yeah. I still remember those birds in between there, and so it's great for sure there. Anyways, thanks again. 7-3. Have yourself a great evening. Edwin. Very good evening. VE1 EPD. VE1 JBL.
VE1 JPL, VE1 EPD. Nice to hear you on, Jim. I was on when you started the first of it, but had to leave and go outside after my grandson that came in. I just got back in here now, so thought I'd give you another mark for your book. It's down to 17 degrees here now, so it's starting to get comfortable. I should be all right to sleep. So hopefully everything went well with you on your net. VE1JBL, VE1EPT. Thanks for calling me in, Jim. 7-3.
VE1EPT, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Edwin. Good on everything there, and thanks very much for taking part there tonight there for sure. So have yourself a great evening, and 7-3 for now. Brad, VE1ZX, VE1JBL. Very good evening.
V1JBL, V1 Zulu X-ray. Very good evening, Jim. Everybody on the frequency. Yeah, it's a little cooler now, which is nice. But we sure need a pile of rain here. Thanks, Jim, for checking me in. And good evening to Wendy and Daisy there for me. And have a great evening. V1JBL, V1 Zulu X-ray, 2 Island Perisville.
Yeah, okay, very good, Brad. Yeah, good on everything there, and I'm glad you had a great day today there. And Wendy and Daisy are in the other room there, and we went down to Steve's today there in Warren, and of course Daisy got to see her boyfriend today because they have a black lab there, Hank. And they get along really well together there. So as soon as we pull in the driveway, Daisy knows. It's funny. Daisy knows exactly where we're going once we pull in that driveway there, and she's up and she's looking for Hank right from where to go. And Hank will see the car coming. He's come flying up the other way, and then you open the doors and let them go, and they got 150 acres to run around there out there, Brad, and they have a great time out there. It's funny to watch them there for sure. So. We had a great day with them, and we had a problem. I bought Wendy an iPad. I don't know anything about iPads or Apple or anything like that, and I tried to get everything up and running, but I couldn't do it. I knew Steve would be able to figure it out because he has one, so we took it in there, and he got it all running for us there. So, anyways, we had a great day for sure. Thanks, Brad, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, we've done 2 rounds of PEI and 2 rounds of Nova Scotia, so let's go back into New Brunswick and do the second round from New Brunswick. So this is the second round for stations from New Brunswick for the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead.
Echo 9, Juliet Charlie Tango. Victor 1, Juliet Papa Romeo.
Victor Echo 9, Golf Kilo.
Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo.
There, I got 4 fine stations here so far. I'll tell you who I have here so far, then we'll see who I missed. I have VE9JCT, VE1JPR, VE9GK, and VE9CUB. Who did I miss from New Brunswick?
Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha Portable.
And I got Mike on the end there, VE9MCA Portable. Top of the list, Jean-Claude, come on in, VE9JCT, VE1JBL.
Very good evening to you, Jim. Good evening to all on net. A whole bunch here again tonight. Yeah, and I just heard Pat and Dan also, and Mike, yeah. And, well, I heard Germain also. VNF Charlie Golf Lima. We usually connect in winter time on the WeatherNet, on the IRG system. Et puis salutations à la station du Québec aussi. Yeah, besides, so it's not doing too much these days. I have some kind of sinus infection or whatever, so it keeps me, well, I'm still doing do stuff outside, and it's just that I put the biking on the side for a week. Getting better every day, so no fever, nothing. Just I don't know, just a sinus infection, which I get once in a while. And besides that, well, I'll turn it back to you. I have not much else to report, so thanks for doing the net, calling me in. I'm not here too often, but hey, I happen to be downstairs in the shack tonight, so here I am. Hi. 7-3, back to the control, Victor Echo 9, Juliet, Charlie Tango in Shediac, New Brunswick.
VE9JCT, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Jean-Claude. Yeah, no problem at all there. And good to have you on board there tonight. Yeah, I know you don't get in very often there, but it's always good to hear you when you do there. So that's another station from Shediac there tonight. I think, who was in earlier? I think it was Len, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't write down where everybody's at here, but it seems to me, I think Len maybe. He's in Shediac there, so. Very good. Anyways, thanks, Jean-Claude, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Here's a stranger I haven't heard for a while. VE1JPR, VE1JBL. Hi, Pat.
VE1JBL in the group, VE1JPR. No, you're right. I know. Slap my hands. It's just one of those things that you unless you put it in your calendar sometimes, you sometimes forget. And I just happened to have the radio on, had the volume turned down because I had a meeting early this afternoon and hadn't turned it back up again. But I saw the flashing lights and the activity. I said, oh, something's going on there. So I figured I'd check in when I heard you doing the net. So going to get ready to shut the trailer down soon. Oh, boy, I tell you, it's fast approaching, but we may stay maybe a week or two past the normal time of a long weekend, which is a little bit early this year, but it sure was hot down there for a couple of weeks, and we get to eat some lobster here last week with my brother and sister, so kind of nice to get the family together every once in a while for a little lobster feed. Other than that, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and VE1JPR.
Yeah, okay, very good, Pat. Well, it's always good to get the family together, that's for sure. So, yeah, it won't be long, I guess, before you shut her down there, and another summer shot, that's for sure. Anyways, thanks for taking the time tonight to come in. Sure, real appreciate it there, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Glenn, very good evening. VE9GK, VE1JBL.
VE1JBL on the Wednesday Fusion Net, Victor Echo 9 Golf Kilo returning. Yeah, good evening, Jim, and good evening to all on frequency. Heard Jean-Claude in there. Hopefully his sinus will improve there. And Pat, and I think coming up behind me is Don and Mike. Yeah, just following along with a few nets here tonight, Jim. I don't get on this one every time, but nice to get on here once in a while and see who's there, that's for sure. Yeah, we've got the grandson over, 11-year-old grandson this time. I had a 8-year-old one here 2 weeks ago, and so having lots of fun with him. We were out scootering today, and now he's curled up on the chair in front of the Xbox playing Minecraft. So I just snuck out of the living room there and snuck into the radio room here. So make a few transmissions and listen along to the net for a while. Thanks for checking me in, Jim, and thanks for doing the net, sir. VE9GK back to net control.
Yeah, okay, very good, Glenn. Well, good on everything there, and well, thanks very much for taking part there tonight. There, good to have you on board. 7-3, and all the best. Yeah, VE9CUV, VE1JBL, Don. Very good evening.
Victor Echo 1, JBL. This is Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo. Good evening, Jim, and good evening to Glenn going out the door, and Mike coming up here behind me. No real traffic, Jim. I just happened to be in the shack here quickly, and I turned on the radio, and you guys were there. So I thought I'd just come in and say I hope everybody's had a great summer so far, and has a great week upcoming here. So anyway, Jim, with that, I'll give it back to you. Victor Echo 1, JBL. This is Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo. Thanks, Jim, for doing the net and calling me in.
Yeah, okay, very good, Don. Good and everything there, and thank you for coming in there tonight there and making a transmission there. So all the best, 7-3, and we'll chat again for sure. I'm down the log there. Okay, and finally, Mike, the E9 MCA Portable, the E1 JBL.
Yeah, Victor Echo 1 Juliet Bravo Lima with the Maritime Fusion Net VE9 MCA Portable. Good evening, Jim. Good evening to everybody on the net. I can't even name them all because there's too many. But just I'll be taking the net next week there, Jim, for you because you took my place the first of the month, so I'll be taking your net there next week. I've been doing quite a few nets this month there, so. And tonight I'm doing the CQ Canada net at 10 o'clock Atlantic time. So anybody at room 40678, I believe. 40678, the CQ Canada-VE1AO. And that's my daughter just found out today that she's going to have identical twins, 2 boys. So that's good news from, she lives in Spruce Grove, but she's down here until Monday, so been down here almost 3 weeks there so far. So, yeah, we're kind of happy for that. The first twins in the family, so we're, the boys outnumber the girls in my grandchildren there. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 boys, 1 girl right so far, but with 2 other boys, it'll be 6 boys and 1 girl. So, yeah, very good, Jim. Beautiful weather. 19 degrees still here in our sound. So, and doesn't look like any rain coming soon, but we could use some. Maybe that Hurricane Aaron there will bring a little bit of rain out this way. For sure, like you said, forest fires and that. I looked the other day on those fire bombers. They cost $30 million apiece, so we need quite a few more of them. The way the fires are popping up. Anyway, I guess hopefully the government will dish out some money for that. It's very destructive. Anyway, Jim, thanks for doing the net there, and 7-3 to all in the net. Have a good week, and talk to you later. E1JBL, VG9 MCA Portable.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike. Good and everything there, and well, congratulations on the identical twins. Yeah, that's quite exciting there for sure. So I'm sure you'll enjoy that. So good and everything, and yeah, good on the fires. Yeah, you know, and I didn't realize. I heard the other day that Nova Scotia doesn't own any water bombers, and of course they've been getting all the bombers from other provinces to come in and help out there, but. You know, the way things are so dry now, it's only going to get worse every year. So I think the government of Nova Scotia should seriously think about getting at least a couple of water bombers, because it ain't going to get any better. So I think they better invest in a couple of those. And then of course you have them for when you have to go in other provinces and use them with other provinces too. You can help out that way too. So I think we better use some of our money, some of our tax money that I'm sending them to go towards a couple of water bombers. So anyways, thanks, Mike, for coming in. Have yourself a great week there. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, we've completed 2 rounds of the Maritimes. So what we're going to do from now is it's just right on 8 o'clock. So what we'll do is we'll just open it up for anybody anywheres for the Maritime Fusion Net before we close. So stations from anywheres, go ahead. E1JBL with Maritime Fusion Net, looking for stations from anywhere before we close. Stations from anywhere for the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead. Well, I guess we're getting to the bottom of the barrel here, so I guess I'll be able to go watch the Blue Jay game here. So, last call. This will be the last call. Only one and only. Last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Call signers VE1JBL. Last call for the Maritime Fusion Net there for August the 20th. Last call. Go ahead. Nothing heard. So with that, we'll close the net. We had 25 check-ins tonight. Want to thank everybody for checking in tonight. We also want to thank the owners of the repeaters and the nodes who linked in tonight to help us expand the area for local hams to check into. For more information about the Maritime Fusion Net, go to the Moncton Area ARC website at www.maarc.ca. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie.ca. And click on Club Activities/Nets. Now the net is concluded. The CQ Maritime's room is now open for general use. This is VE1JBL. We'll be signing off. Everybody have a safe week there, and we'll see you all again next week there. 7-3 for now.
VE1DEN, VE1DEN, VE9 Victor Echo Alpha. Are you still around, Denny?
Yes, sir. VE9 DEN. I was VE1 a long time ago, but now I'm VE9 DEN. Go ahead, Vern. How are you?
Oh, good evening, Denny. Good evening to you for sure. Long time no hear since we heard the golden voice of the North Shore. Well, I'm doing pretty good. Just got a new set of dentures and upper and lower, and we're trying to break them in now. So we're learning a few tricks and seems to be working. So there you go. Quick question, Denny. Is 14682 still on the air? Over.
Yes. 14682 is still on the air. Yes, it's still on the air, but it's not on Fusion. Not for now. We're trying to rig something to put it back on the air. But I'm using right now the Capeland, Quebec repeater. VE9, VE2, oh, I forgot the call sign. But anyway, that's the one I'm using. You want to see it there. But we ran out of equipment there, so Mike VE1 MIK is going to set up something there, and it's coming up pretty soon there. So we're going to be able to run VE2 Orion on the Fusion also. The house is still on Fusion, and Capeland is still on Fusion there. Back to you.
I just wondered, I just put up a new diamond vertical and I can't open up the 14682. So is there a tone on it now or something?
Well, there's a tone only on the analog. The tone is 100. The tone is 100 on analog because of we're having interference over there. But on digital, there's no tone. 14682 is no tone on digital. Over.
I bet he's opening up with that new vertical. Always could get no problem. Okay, Denny, thanks. I'll let you go. I got somebody here I think is going to give me help me with some medication, so we'll go from there. 7-3, and great to hear you there for sure. So you take care of yourself and just keep being your own boss. There you go. 7-3 for now. We'll catch you down the road here. V9, VA, gotta get some medication here. Bye-bye.
I'll give her no problem. I might be going up your way tomorrow on the bike there. I might be going up your way and I'll drop in to see you in a few minutes anyway. Have a glass of water or something there. Aye. 7-3. Have a great evening. Nice to hear you too. VE9, VEA, VE9, DEN protocol clear.
Anybody copy VE1OL?
VE10L, clear, 5x9.
Oh, thank you. I was trying and trying to get into the net, and I don't know what was going on, but I wasn't being heard, so I shut everything off here and brought it back on again, so maybe it's okay now. So who is this? Is that Rick? This is VE1OL.
Hi, you've got Rick. I'm in McCann, way up by the border. Back to you.
Yeah, and I talked to you before, but I don't get on here very much. Usually if I'm on anything, it's on sideband, on HF, or on D-Star, but mostly I'm usually on DMR because I never hear anybody much on here. But I appreciate you coming back to me, so I don't know what was taking place, but at least you're hearing me, maybe nobody else is. The station I talked to starting a few weeks ago, and I'd never talked to him before. I think it was VE1DXW, Aaron, but anyway, I heard this morning that he passed away. But I had been talking to him on DMR, and all of a sudden he's gone, and they said he was only 44. So you never know, I guess, eh? I'm 92, going on 93. Back to you, Rick, VE1OL.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. When God calls you home, he calls you home. I'm 72, and yeah, I just came out of hospital on June 2nd, and I was in for 8 months. So I lost my right leg, and I'm still learning how to walk, and VON won't let me out of the house for some reason. I guess they're scared I'll run away on one leg. I'm not sure what it is. But DMR, I'm on that quite a bit. I just listen mostly. But yeah, I like DMR. Back to you, my friend.
Yeah, okay, Rick, VE1OL. I don't know if I've heard you on DMR or not. Maybe I have. One that I'm on there, or mainly, is the Atlantic Canada room, 30205, and it's really active. A lot of QSOs take place there. Well, I'm really sorry to hear about your leg and long stay in hospital. Well, boy, that's really something. At least you're out of the hospital, and so I hope you're getting along okay with the way things are. But it's nice to hear you on the radio, so it's nice to have that as a kind of a pastime along with anything else that you can do. So back to you, Rick, on VE1OL.
The radio is beautiful. You know, I could talk to anybody around the world, and it's really awesome. It really is. DMR, I'm on 91. I haven't got the radio program for the frequency that you're on, but I go on 91 quite a bit. And it's not too bad. Get a lot of people from the States. You get a few people from Germany every once in a while. Definitely United Kingdom. It's not too bad. Back to you.
VE1OL. Yeah, I can go on 91, and what's another one? 30.